Hello and welcome to Forever Rugby on Forever Sports. It's early morning, 22 minutes past 4 South African Standard Time this Sunday. Unfortunately, I am the bearer of bad news. The Blitzboks are not going to feature in the Cup quarterfinal. However, the final 8 have been decided, and the first game up is going to be the United States of America up against Great Britain. The USA, of course, topping their group, winning all 3 games. We saw the exciting clash between the USA and Australia, should I say, when the USA won it at the death and then comfortably beat Samoa in their last game. For Great Britain, they went down to New Zealand, so 2 out of 3 in their pool game, but they still managed to qualify second in their group. They'll be up against the USA, and I'll be taking you live through it here on Forever Rugby and Forever Sports as the teams run out onto the field. The final 8 have been decided, as I mentioned. The first game up, of course, in the Cup quarterfinal here is going to be the USA up against Great Britain, followed by Argentina and Samoa, New Zealand and Fiji, and then France versus Ireland. So a couple of mouth-watering clashes here in the Cup quarterfinal in Vancouver. It's, of course, Saturday evening in Canada, but it's all action here at the Vancouver Sevens. Heartbreak for the Blitzboks as they went down to Ireland in their final game. It was a must-win for the Blitzboks. They were just blown out of the water, and Ireland defeated them by 22 points to 10, in case you missed it. But thank you for tuning in early on this Sunday morning, or wherever it is, Saturday evening, Sunday afternoon, from around the world here on Forever Sports. We're underway in the Cup quarterfinal number 1. The USA from right to left kickoff. The USA in all white, Great Britain in their red and blue strip. And immediately from the kickoff, the ball finds the blade of grass in field, but goes into touch on this left-hand touchline into Great Britain's territory. We go. He touched the hand of a Great Britain player, and the USA will have the feed to the line out now and a platform to attack here early on as they play centre field, working their way to the 22, but the referee says it's a forward pass. Great Britain let off the hook slightly there, but it's going to be an interesting clash. We saw the USA, of course, defeat Australia in that exciting clash in the pool stages. Are we in for some drama as well? We saw now just towards the end in the 9th place playoff, Spain going down to Australia in the final place. Australia managing to get 9th place there. They would have expected more at the Vancouver Sevens, but for Spain, on the up and up, of course, playing an exciting brand of rugby. Just heartbreak at the end there, losing out to Australia. But it's all possible in the Sevens game. Spain, of course, not renowned for their rugby, but showing that they're here and they're growing as a Sevens brand. But in this Cup quarterfinal number 1, it's still 0-0 with 5.5 minutes to play. From the resulting forward pass, Great Britain will have the feed to the scrum inside their own half. As they look to break away, it's a solid scrum. They come down this left-hand side, working their way up to halfway. In possession, precious possession. In this format of the game, time can go by so quickly. You have to be efficient, especially this being the knockout stages. Great Britain managing to hold on to the ball, not making much headway at the moment. Down this left-hand side, and the referee blows a penalty to the USA, legally over the ball. So they now will have an opportunity to attack as they call for a scrum here. Big clash in quarterfinal number 3, of course. I'll be taking you live through all the quarterfinals, but it's Fiji that's going to take on New Zealand. Eyes will be tuned in on that one, but for the moment, it's quarterfinal number 1. And the USA have the feed 15 meters in from this left-hand touchline, just inside Great Britain's territory, with just over 4 minutes to play. Defensively, Great Britain will need to be at their wits' end to keep out the likes of Perry Baker, who won it at the death. There's some excitement, some skill in this USA team. As they break away from the scrum, the referee says it's a penalty. It's an infringement at scrum time. The USA will have another opportunity, and it looks for all money they're going to put it out into touch to get some territorial advantage here. It's a packed house in Vancouver. Of course, it's Saturday evening. The USA will be looking to progress to the Final Four. As we mentioned, the USA, of course, topping their group. So showing that they're a team in form here in Vancouver. But the referee, from that line-out play and ensuing ruck, has given a penalty to Great Britain. So stop-start here, ebb and flow. No points on the board. Penalties conceded on both sides. Great Britain will now look for some territory, still at 0-0. Or in fact, they're going for a tap and go. Time is off for the moment. It looks like Malachi Esdale is going to get some attention from the medics. We've seen him have an exciting tournament. One of the talisman of this USA side, Malachi Esdale. But still at 0-0 here, folks. Welcome, of course. Leave your comments as to what your prediction is. Who will go on to the Final Four? Who will go on to the Final 2 at this Vancouver Sevens? Who are you supporting? And more importantly, what do you think the reason is for South Africa, the Blitzboks, not progressing to the Cup quarterfinals for the first time this season? Is there something that they need to fix? But yeah, Britain looks like they have their eyes fixed towards the try line. As players continue, they're into the 22 of the USA here. Just can't secure the ball. The USA legally over it, and it's a penalty. Says the referee, the USA look to play from deep. No time for a line-out. They say they want to go. And it's Malachi Esdale. We saw him injured a minute ago. But here he goes. He's going to go all the way. Just like that. From deep inside their own 22. Malachi Esdale got a touch of magic from the medics. And he opens up the score here with his 4th try in Vancouver, his first for the evening. And the USA open up their account in this Cup quarterfinal. Look out for these guys. Team USA on the rise here in Vancouver. One could call it perhaps a stone's throw away from home. So a level of comfortability perhaps for the USA. And Malachi Esdale running down this right-hand touchline looked comfortable as ever. The conversion, however, not successful. But with just over a minute to play, the USA have drawn first blood here. And the fans, the USA fans, cheering on their team. In full voice, full spirit. The restart from the USA now. The pendulum swinging slightly in their favour as they get a penalty. Holding on, Great Britain received the kickoff, or the restart, should I say. But the USA now come charging ahead. It's tap and go, and it's go, go, go. It's Perry Baker rounding his man for try number 2. You can't give him an inch. We saw him do it against Australia at the death. And once he stretches those lanky legs, Perry Baker only has eyes for the try line. The USA get try number 2 and go into double figures with the conversion to come. Brilliant stuff from the USA. We saw this game ebb and flow in the beginning with some penalties conceded on both sides, but all of a sudden it's opened up. The conversion, though, unsuccessful. But that is half time here. 10 points to 0. The USA lead. Will go to a 2-minute break for them on the field. But so far, it's advantage USA. And as I was mentioning with the blitz box, there could be an area, in my opinion, where the physicality, look, the skill of the players can't be questioned. Every single one of them have the experience. They won the Dubai Sevens. But one feels sometimes you need just a little bit of physicality and 1 or 2 players that can add an extra bit of bulk. We saw the likes of Fiji, Argentina, just the sheer size of the players, not only with pace, but also with a couple of kilos on them just to take that dominance when they take the hit or when they make a hit, of course. But one almost feels that the blitz box almost have to make a 2-1 tackle sometimes against these bigger players. When they play the likes of Fiji or Argentina, where they come unstuck somewhat, which leaves space out wide. Of course, there is the likes of Zane Davids, who's one of those beef men who gets it going for the blitz box. But perhaps, like I said, just in my opinion, an area where they need to just take a look, take some stock, because it is disappointing as a South African fan that they did not progress. We know they are good enough. But for the moment, it's all excitement here in this first Cup quarter-final. Great Britain restart. It's an unforced error from right to left, but they just can't find the 10-meter mark. So it will be a scrum down centre field on halfway to the USA. Team Great Britain will need to score twice to level it up. Conversions to go ahead. And time ticking here in the second half. Scrum down halfway. The USA looking for a solid base here. More importantly, they have possession and just can't hold on to it. Knock on fumble there. Perhaps slippery conditions. The ball might have a little bit of dew on it. And Great Britain are let off the hook there. It looked like they were going to attack down this right-hand side, but just not able to hold on to the ball. The USA in the lead by 10 points to 0. As we see the likes, an introduction of Madison Hughes off the bench. A cool, calm head, an experienced head for such an occasion, this being the first Cup quarter-final. Great Britain almost make a mess of it at scrum time, but hold on to the ball and are in possession, working their way up to halfway. The referee, though, spoils the British party as the USA get the penalty off their feet at ruck time. And here come the USA immediately. They look urgent as they swing it towards this right-hand touchline, looking for space. Team USA in possession. Perry Baker in possession. Just can't find space, but they just can't hold on to him. They've got to wrap him around the legs, or he's away. Perry Baker all day. Here come USA now. Still in possession and over halfway over the 10-meter mark of Great Britain territory. 4.5 minutes and a bit to play as Perry Baker shows and goes. That's try number 3. Try number 2 for Perry Baker. Try number 3 for the USA. And it all looks like plain sailing for the land of the free and the home of the brave. Perry Baker, you go, you beauty. Try time, it's 15-0. The conversion this time around should be a little bit easier. But we saw him stretch his legs. And once he does that, it's night-night for any opposition as Perry Baker goes over for his second try and puts a massive stranglehold on Great Britain here. Still scoreless. It's the third try for the USA. It's a conversion from Madison Hughes. Make that 17 to the USA. Perry Baker, of course, on the all-time try scorers list at number 3 in Sevens history at 274 tries. Can you wrap your head around it? 274 tries. Unbelievable, simply sensational. And the USA have been nothing short of simply sensational in this Cup quarter-final. Great Britain perhaps lacking a bit of confidence after going down to New Zealand in their final pool game. The USA flying high here. Time off for the moment. There's only 3 minutes to play. Great Britain, if they are going to come back, they're going to need to strike in the next couple, or else it's bye-bye birdie. And the USA, though, have a scrum. 20 meters in from this right-hand touchline. Madison Hughes to feed. Down the blind they go. It's down the right-hand touchline. It's try time. It's number 4. That should be that. There's still time to play on the clock. 2.5 minutes. But Lucas Lecamp was away. And when he got the ball, he was looking straight ahead. The defense caught napping around this blind side. And Team USA are marching on with confidence to the Cup semi-finals. The conversion unsuccessful. But it's USA 22, Great Britain 0. Too much of a mountain to climb, one feels. We know that anything can happen in this format of the game. But with 2 minutes to play, just a little bit too much. Great Britain never really in it. The moment Malachi Esdale scored, you feel the USA got that confidence, that belief. This is their opportunity to make the Final Four. And just when Great Britain look to attack from the restart, it's a knock-on. And the USA will have another attacking platform just outside the 22 of Great Britain. So no efficiency, no accuracy for Team GB here. You can see the heads dropping from the Great Britain side. Perhaps allowing a little bit of emotions to get into it. For them, they could hope for anything. And that would be a consolation, should I say, not just anything, just a consolation. But they got to stay focused and finish strong. The USA, for the moment, at 22 points to 0, blowing Team GB out of the water here. Slight fumble there, and it will be another scrum. If you're a Great Britain fan, the road ends here, unfortunately, in this Cup quarter-final number 1. But the USA in possession from this scrum. over the 10-meter mark of Team GB. They get a solid base here and look to end on a high. Can they get it out wide to that man? Malachi Isdale shows and goes. Beats off the defender. The defender just melted off Malachi Isdale there. The power and pace was just too much. And that's try number 5 at 27 points to 0. It's an absolute demolition here in Vancouver. The USA can set their sights firmly on the Cup semi-final. And it's that man, Malachi Isdale, with his second try. The conversion not good. Time just about up. But that is going to be that 27 points to 0. We are on the final play. But it's just the name Team USA rising to the occasion here in Vancouver with the restart now. Team GB not able to get on the scoreboard as Madison Hughes puts it straight into touch. So for the first time there, the accuracy lacking for USA. As I mentioned, it's going to be all but a consolation for Team GB as they take the free kick on halfway. 27 points to 0 in this Cup quarterfinal number 1. Of course, we look forward to Argentina against Samoa. Argentina, of course, coming off a high from that Perth final, winning the tournament, winning gold. Samoa having a mixed bag of results in their pool game. So Argentina perhaps slightly favoured, but Team GB still in possession. Looking to get a consolation try down this left-hand side. Up to the 22 of Team USA. Great Britain looking for the answer up to this point, have had not one single answer. But they get another penalty, so a couple of penalties racking up here against Team USA. But it's all inconsequential for the moment. Great Britain will be knocked out here in Vancouver as they work themselves over the 22 of Team USA down this right-hand touchline, playing it back centre field. Towards this left-hand touchline, the USA steal the ball away, and that's going to be that. The USA march on to the Final 4 of the Vancouver Sevens in the Men's Cup division. Team GB say goodbye to Vancouver. What a game of rugby, but watch out for the USA. And up next, of course, watch out for Argentina and Samoa. I'll see you on the other side.